Golf Centre. Absolutely thrilled to be able to announce that both Joe Cardy and Rob Pritchard are going to be delivering all our coaching here at the Golf Centre. Two of the best professional golfers in the county, really good teachers, and actually two thoroughly lovely men, nice people, just really good eggs. And they've got videos underneath this one explaining how they plan to support you in your learning. My role in this is to sort of help you understand the value of coaching in general. Golf is a really challenging game, and there are lots of myths that float about certain things you are and are not supposed to do. And to have a good coach boil it down into one or two things for you to be able to focus on will help focus your thoughts on the one or two things that will actually make you better. So there are lots and lots of stories about things you should and shouldn't do and tips online, but actually bespoke coaching where Rob and Joe can actually point you in a specific direction and back it up with evidence and data will allow you just to sort of concentrate and work hard on one thing. And as soon as you see results with that, it's very easy to buy into that. And before you know it, you'll be knocking loads of shots off your game, and then the coaching process works for everybody. So both Joe and Rob have ball monitors. They will measure the data from when you strike a golf ball. They'll give information like how fast is your golf ball travelling once you hit it, what sort of angle is the golf ball coming off the club face, what sort of spin you're imparting on your ball. And together with watching your swing in slow motion and understanding about your limitations, maybe you have a bad back or you have something that affects your ability to swing your golf club. The combination of that information and also with a little bit of detective work, they'll get to the bottom of what it is you're really trying to achieve. I mean, for some people it is just perfection. For other people, another 10 yards or a little bit of accuracy or a better understanding is what they're after. So both Joe and Rob, and I've experienced this firsthand, are clearly educated golfers. They know their golf, and they have the materials to back you up. But their real skill is getting to know what it is that you really want out of that lesson. So they'll use something like what I'm going to show you here, and this is just a piece of software. I took this, well actually my son took this video this morning down on the grass area down the bottom of me belting a couple of drivers down the field, and what we're able to do is to take it through step by step into different stages. Now, bearing in mind I'm hitting a golf club which is designed for pure power, the quality of the image, it's just taken on my phone. You can see the club's not blurred at all, so we can see the front of the club, we can see all the very minute moves, and we can get a real good picture of what's going on here. You can even see the sort of subtle bends in the shaft. We can bring it in closer to see where the club face is when the club hits the ball. And we can do an awful lot of diagnosis work with this. And we're able to compare it to other videos. So the coach might compare it to your swing, to their own swing. And so this is Joe. I took a video of Joe as well. Actually, Joe's mechanics are every bit as good as mine, probably better actually. Children just find it so easy to be fluid. The weight of the golf club is heavy to them, so when they're swinging the club around them, and they embrace that philosophy of letting the club do the work. So Joe's 10 years old, never had a lesson, all he's ever done is copy me, and that's Joe when he gets to the impact position. Now Joe's hitting an iron, so the ball's more central in his feet underneath his eye line, where I'm hitting a driver, so the golf ball's positioned more towards my left foot. So the golf ball is the club's hitting the ball after the club's gone past the lowest point of its arc. So if that's the lowest point in the arc, my club head was low there, and then begun to sweep up into the back of the ball, which is a quick way to increase your distance and to reduce the amount of spin you impart on the ball. So it becomes sort of an upward strike, and that's the cleanest way to create as much power as you have in your locker. So Joe's not doing that with an iron because he's not using a wood. So we're able to make comparisons and show that to the golfer. We get rid of the lines off that. We can also put one on top of the other, so we can actually make a comparison between one shape and the other shape. Now, Joe always says to me, Dad, I'm no good at this, I'm no good at this. And actually, when you show him videos like this and say, actually, Sunshine, you're every bit as good as me, you probably just need to hit a few more balls and play a little bit more golf, and you will make yourself a fine golfer one day. So for sometimes it's not necessarily just about the coaching, it's also about reassuring. And I think with both Joe and Rob, what you'll find is that they'll ask you, what do you think are the most common mistakes you make? And if you're accurate, they can support that and back you up with sort of good drills. But if you're working on something that isn't something that's going to impact your golf, they will be quite straight and tell you, actually, I wouldn't do that, try this instead. And so sometimes it's just about decluttering the process of thinking. Most people, in my experience, when you ask them what do they think they're doing wrong, they say something completely different to actually the thing they should be working on. So some of this is just about gleaning information from the coach. What is it I need to focus on? Tell me what I need to put my effort into to get better at this game. And simple enough, if you work on the right thing, you will improve. So this is from down the line. So you'll see sort of several shapes here. Swing plane's a really big one when you get to the driver. So when you get to this sort of part in your golf swing, we'd hold the lines across the top of your swing and give you some guidance. The left arm should now come up parallel to that red line as well. All the time, if you've said to us, look, I slice my driver, it always goes off relatively straight and then peels off to the right. This is the first place most of us will look. Try and see if your path of your swing's okay. You can get some quite small detail there and see the ball go. And it'll just focus your mind onto the things you need to work on in your golf game. Now at the end of this, both Joe and Rob, you'll probably get these videos sent through to you as ways to go back and reinforce the learning that you've already experienced, and they're there on hand for you all the time. So if you're concerned that you've never had coaching and your faults are deeply ingrained, the guys will understand that, and they will pick small modest changes that help you in the short term improve, and it will motivate you to come back and try and sort of work through more of your issues. There is the old adage about I had a golf lesson and he ruined me. That's down more to the communication of the individual golf pro. If you have the right person that fits your nature and that person understands what it is you're trying to achieve, probability is that you'll have a good experience and you'll improve. So this video was just to try and help you see the benefits of coaching. So things like, I've been playing too long this way, I can never change. I would blow that out of the water if what I would say about that is you've spent a long time playing golf, but you've just never really concentrated on the right aspect of your technique to get better. You need to be fishing in the right pond in order to make change. So if you feel like your golf is either declining or is stagnant and you need a little bit of direction, then I would jump on those buttons for Joe and Rob and give one of them a shout and see if they can help you with your golf. I hope it's been of use, and I look forward to seeing you at Stowmarket Golf Centre very soon. Bye.